Hi everyone, it's Jordan, and today I wanted to talk to you all about my internship that I finished a couple of weeks ago with Channel 10. So last year I interned with Studio 10, which is their morning breakfast show, and I was a production intern. And when I was there, I made sure that I really networked to meet people in the news team because that's where I really wanted to be. I wanted to do broadcast journalism. So while I was at Studio 10, I networked my way over and I met Kate Vernon, who is the news director for the 10 Eyewitness News team, and I made a really good impression on her and got her email address, and I kept in contact with her over the last year to be able to organise and ask for an internship with the news team because they don't normally take interns, so I wanted to build a bit of rapport with her first. And then when I started the unit MAS350, I knew that I wanted to do this internship with Channel 10. I wanted to make the most of my networking that I'd done to make the most of my unit MAS350 and get the most out of it as I can. So I emailed Kate and I set up the internship, and she offered me an 8-week placement, and that was on a Saturday each week. So she decided to do Saturdays instead of during the week because she thought I'd be able to get more out of it by interning on the weekend. On the weekend they do a national bulletin, whereas during the week they normally do a capital bulletin. So what we do on Saturdays is where everything's made in Sydney, but it's broadcasted all across Australia, whereas during the week, each capital city has their own station and they make their bulletin for that city, so it's all a bit more specific. So on Saturdays it's much more broad because it's got to suit a national bulletin. So I would always get there 20 minutes before I needed to be, so I started at 9 technically, but I was always there early, and I would sit with the chief of staff and go through what stories we're going to cover for that day. And if there was an opportunity, I would go out on the field with a reporter just to trail behind them, see and observe and learn as much as possible. A couple of times I had opportunities to speak to camera, and they call that a PTC, a piece to camera, which was a great opportunity, and I was able to keep that footage as well, so I'm going to put together a show reel. If I wasn't out on field with a reporter, I was back in the studio writing LVOs, which is a live voiceover, or I would be helping edit footage with the editors, or I'd be coming up with story ideas. So at one point I actually did break a story to them. It was about the shooting in Lille. I found out about it before anyone else in the news team did. Also, if I wasn't writing anything, I would be sourcing out talent for different reporters. So if we needed someone like a psychologist to give us a quote for a feature article or story, then I would source out them, call people, get in contact and say, are you available for a quick interview today? Where can we meet you? And set that up. So that's a really important part, to be able to be quick and confident in doing that, and that really helped me gain those skills. Also, I was able to go out a few times by myself, so it was really nice that the producers trusted me enough to send me out onto the field by myself. So a couple of different times I actually went out and interviewed people by myself. We were a little bit short on reporters or whatever it may have been on that day. So just myself and the cameraman went out, and I interviewed a social influencer. Her name's Indy Clinton, and it was really exciting that I got to do that. And I was thrown into the deep end, but it made me perform and gain a lot of important skills. So I think from the internship overall, I gained a lot of experience, which is great. I think you always learn so much more on the job and in an internship, which is why I really think everyone should intern regardless of what degree you're doing, how far into the degree you are. Like, I think it's always great to start interning as soon as possible. So I've done an internship every semester throughout my degree, and I'm happy that I was able to do this internship through this unit because this time it actually counted for a subject rather than doing 4 subjects plus an internship. My mind approach to the internship was a can-do attitude. So I was a bit nervous when they said, can you please go interview this girl for us, but I did it. I was like, I need to throw myself in the deep end, make it happen, and push myself that little bit further. So I'm glad I did that. I also made sure that I was networking the whole time. So I added everyone on LinkedIn that I met. I always asked how everyone was going. I did the little tasks that not everyone really wants to do, so go get coffee and do everything like that. So I just really made the most of the opportunity. After all, I got that internship through networking, so it's really good to have those connections in place. And I'm fortunate that I did do this internship because I apply for jobs quite regularly, just for the experience of writing resumes and cover letters and hopefully getting to an interview stage so that I can get that experience. Um, so I applied for a job at Fairfax Media for the Juice Daily website. It was a content coordinator role. And often I don't get emails back or followed up for with my resumes and cover letters, mainly because I'm not qualified technically. I haven't graduated. A lot of the time that's a requirement, but I apply anyway. But this time I got an email back and it was super exciting. I had a phone interview and I had an interview in person after that. And I was able to use one of the reporters at Network 10 as a referee, and a referee from a previous internship with Magnum & Co as well. So it actually proved really useful because I was able to make the most of that situation. Then those two referees were able to give me such positive references to my boss at Fairfax, and I got the job. So I'm super happy. I'm now a content coordinator at Fairfax Media. I guess Channel 10 is my last internship that I've had to do and will do. Now I get paid to do what I really want to do, which is super exciting. It's a part-time role. Hopefully it'll expand into a full-time next year. But for now, it's just exciting that 2 years of interning non-stop has certainly paid off. I think that I've gained a lot of valuable experience through interning and different skill sets that I wouldn't have had if I didn't intern and I just completed my media degree. Degrees are great, but internship experience definitely adds to it. So as well, I read an article not long ago about this guy who was saying, you do an internship to network. That's the key to interning. You meet new people and you want to have positive impressions on these people. And I definitely agree. I'm sure I'll cross paths with people that I met in all of my internships in the future. And I've got that network within the media field now, which is also really beneficial to me. So if you're thinking about interning, I think everyone should intern. It's such valuable experience. You won't regret it. You need to make the most of every situation that's presented to you. And network, it's the key to success. I truly think that. And if you have the opportunity to do a unit at uni where you can have an internship count for credit and have that little bit of extra support along the way, I certainly recommend it. So that's all from me today, guys. But thanks for watching and listening. I'll see you guys later. Bye!